Good afternoon. My name is Prophet C. Brazil. Today, date is Friday, March the 5th, 2008. It's amazing how fast this month is going around. This year is going around. This is the third month in 2010. I think I got the date right, but forgive me if I did. What I want to discuss with you today is issues facing the world today in Bible prophecy. I have been out for a few days and came over with a very sickness, unexplainable. Uh, I said it's a laboratory sickness. But what I want to say to you, every time I can hold up and utter my voice, I'm going to do this. Today, we are having a registered number of earthquakes here in the United States, here in the earth. And we're looking for some. It's going to be some here in the United States of America. There's no doubt about that. But what have happened here? The world have got off track. They have gone to a notion that man can heal the earth. This is where the insult going against God is going on. This is the trial period in the moment because what have happened here? God have called out to man throughout the history of Bible prophecy. Jesus even sent his son Jesus. God even sent his son Jesus to die for the remission of our sin and to acknowledge that there is a God and he was the Son of God. But man have gave him the thumb and called on man for their needs. These are all of their needs. These are the people of the believe in the Antichrist. The Antichrist is flesh and blood who have a demonic spirit who lives upon the face of earth as man, who cannot give and not taken away, unless it be the will of God. This is the part I want to get clear here. Now, what you see back behind me here is a sketch of the space shuttle. The many preachers today preach the gospel out of the scriptures of the Holy Bible. They say they're Christians. And then the Mormons have their religious doctrine, and then you see the Muslims. But if they all converge together and identify where the children of God, the kingdom of God really is, none of them identify this. It's in the Middle East where all the crude oil is, and that is the land is cursed. It didn't belong to the Jews, it didn't belong to the Gentiles. It belonged to Jesus Christ because he paid for it with his blood. But the family of Abraham is the least among the Hebrews, and Jesus Christ is the greatest among the Hebrew family. So Jesus Christ being the greatest of the Hebrew family, being both God and man, in the flesh and in the spirit, Jesus became heir of this land, the heritage of this land, because God gave it to him when he was crucified on the cross. We can't get past this. Therefore, none of the one that's least among Jesus Christ have an authority, have the privilege to sell or offer a, 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 a part in called investment in the land, regardless how much crude oil they have and how less crude oil they have. This is the big mistake. In other words, they're treating God, Jesus, like he's just another man. They're making him as another man and insulting God and the due process, because it was God the Father who acted, who will go, and it was Jesus who said, "Send me, I go." Isaiah 6:1-13. Now, what I say is that children of the kingdom is getting ready to go on trial. there are saints of God are being put on trial by the United States of America, who is a part of their land. Simply because other nations have been out of place and trying to invest and become a part of the fruits of their land, which was not given to them by God. These nations, as the children was coming out of Egypt, Jesus was delivering the Hebrew children from Egypt. He told them not to let these democratized nations enter in their country or dwell in their country, run them out, because he will teach them against him, and they will be a thorn and a snare in their side. By them allowing these nations to remain in this land, and the Gentiles also became down in the land because of the rich environment upon which this land occupied. They came in and set up, even as of today, they set up trade organizations. They let them place embassies all in their land, in which was not condoned by God. They should never have placed an embassy on that land today, and they all must be removed, even as I speak today. I'm a prophet sent by God. He told me to warn the United States and the rest of the people. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you what he said to me. I'll show it to you in a minute. And you go to the Bible and meet me on the Bible, and we'll discuss this and we'll show this here. It is not for any nation but the seed of Abraham. I don't care what kind of deal you deal. It's not the will of God. This is why you see earthquakes happening all over the earth, and sooner or later it's going to hit this place, and anybody that remain over there, every nation will leave that country over there. This is the word of the living God. You will leave it. You have no power over God. He created all things. Now, doing this, these nations became a snare unto the seed of Abraham, caused one to sell out his brother to buy the gift that God had given to the poor and the meek and the lowly in that nation, defiling themselves under the law of democracy that should never have gone by. I got the space shuttle back there. I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. But I'm going to go to the prophecy of the Bible prophecy. Once these people can vote this democracy in again, and they come and hold this become their law of the land, and they discard the law of Moses. This is what's going to happen to the nations over there who have the crude oil, and going to happen to the United States of America. You say anything you want, but I'm telling you, just like God telling me, he's going to kill the crude oil. He's going to make it where it won't yield the fruits of the harvest. He's going to bring the locusts up on the land over there, the cankerworms, and the all manner of disease up on the land over there in the land of Abraham, who all taken and signed and taken on this law to mark by voting, creating a constitution, which each one vote a president in and vote a president out, the same westernized style as here in the United States. He's going to bring starvation. He's going to dry up the Euphrates River and the Tigris River. There will be no water to drink, and there will be no food coming out of the land, just dust storm. Something that you have never seen, and the pests are going to come up on that land and devour everything, and you live with your God who gave you the Lord and Master who you serve. You don't need God and man too. You got to either like one and hate the other. So God is going to bag away from you, and your prayer will not be heard. And you're going to have to eat that money that you thought that man gave you to enhance you. You're going to have to eat them weapons that he gave you that you thought he was going to enhance you with, because you have defiled your garment and you have went against the God who gave you